All right, in this video, I want to discuss 5 things that I wish I knew when I first started running ultra marathons. Things have evolved for me over the last 10 years of ultra marathons and 12 years of trail running and many years before that of road running. And one of the things I find extremely unique in the trail running and ultra running community is the support and love for one another. And I've seen it consistently across dozens and dozens of races. It is not something that's unique to one area. Some of them can even be cultish, like the Yeti trail races. I love those people. Consider myself one. Even got run 100 miles with those people multiple times, and it is cultish. It is a love for one another, and I've always thought about like why that is. Why do trail runners and ultra runners have this kind of different community than, let's say, road runners? And I think it really comes down to kind of this mutual respect for one another. We're going out and we're trying something extremely hard that is very possible that we will fail at, that you definitely know given a finishing. But we're all going out. It's like we're all going out into battle against the same exact thing. We're not competing against each other. Now, some are. The elites are racing each other, and some people out there are racing each other. But a majority of us are going out there for like the shared experience, the support, the camaraderie, the communal aspect of it. It's an extremely amazing feeling to start a race and not be kind of have this anxious feeling that you're racing each other. It's like you're in a boat. I just feel like that. Like you're in a boat. You're all getting ready to go across the sea. We're in this together. I'm going to pull you. You pull me. I'll push you. You push me when I need it. And it is such an amazing thing. And I wish everyone can kind of feel that. That's why I push so many people towards trail running, because it's just so much different than road running. And I don't mean to constantly kind of poo-poo on road running. Road running is perfectly fine for what they do, what it is. It's a completely different sport, and comparing the two is just not fair. But there's definitely a very close-knit communal aspect to trail running that I think everyone should experience. It's just something, once you do it, you're like, this is it. It's kind of that one team, one fight aspect. Now, number 2 would be that the shared experience. So, we are going through a very unique challenge. And so I'm saying, so when I first got into this, I didn't know this stuff. I didn't know that you're going to be going out. I just figured you're on your own. Good luck. But there's this very unique challenge of starting this very hard thing and finishing it. And you're kind of, like I said, you're in this with someone else. And there's this unique challenge to ultras. Not many people go out and do things that they can fail at, that you plan for months and months and months. You train for months and months. You have crew come in. You have plane tickets. You could have lodging, entry fees, and you have a team behind you, and you can fail. I think if you've explained this, even beyond the simple aspect of going and running in ultra 50 miles, 100 miles, multi-day races, that people would hear this and be like, you did what? If you explain to them how much money and time and resources kind of go into this thing, it's extremely difficult, I think, to take that all in. But I think that is what makes it so unique. That's what makes everything so wonderful about it, because it is the journey. You're going through, what it takes for someone not only to run a race, but then to say, sure, I'll come out and help you, because you're sitting there for hours. I mean, I after my first ultra, I had this deep appreciation. I had one of my best friends come out, and she paced me. She had her husband and her kids, my wife, and our kids were out in the middle of nowhere. And I didn't even think about they're going to be sitting out for 12 plus hours in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere, dirt roads, no amenities, no bathrooms. I didn't think about that because I'm out doing my thing. And then I started to realize more and more how special it is to have people around you that will do these things for you, that will crew you, that will come work aid stations. Like, this is a common thing, and this is an amazing thing because it's difficult. I've crewed an aid station, and it's blast. I tell you what, if there's a next thing that's as fun as racing, I think working an aid station, if you've worked an aid station, let me know down in the comments. I think working an aid station is almost more fun because you get to see the struggles. You get to see the people coming through, and you get to be the one going, you got this. You look fantastic. Here, eat this banana and this gel. And it's that aspect of it's almost this kind of morbid appeal, this love, because you know what they're going through. And working in an aid station is an extremely unique experience. So if you haven't done that, I implore all of you to go work an aid station. Even if you haven't done an ultra, go work an aid station. You see some crazy stuff, but if you have run ultras and you've never worked an aid station, go do it. While you're out there, so with these shared experiences, I know I'm elaborate, I'm talking a lot, but you get stories, you meet unique people. I've met rocket scientists, I've met people that were welders, military people, federal people, just people, doctors, nurses, just people from all walks of life. That is so cool. That how did we all find our way into the same path? And you share these stories, these friendships. When COVID started, I made friends with a doctor out there, and he kind of knew a lot about the stuff going on. And I got to run with him for many, many hours. And it was just an extremely unique experience that I got to run 12 hours, almost 50 miles with this guy, and got to talk and know him and film the video. The video is actually on this channel. If you go back and watch, it's like the 12-hour adventure trail run, one of the many that I've run, but it's on this channel if you want to go find it. So you build these friendships, these personal relationships with people, and you'll see them at different races. I just don't know if that you find that in any other thing in life, because again, we're not competing. There's no one, I've never get with any of my friends and be like, how fast did you run your 50? How fast did you run your 100? It's like, oh, you ran 100, you ran 50. Awesome. Fist bump. Congrats. Got the buckle, you finished. Nice. It's always like that. We don't talk about speed or pace or any of those things. Like it's an amazing thing. So, and I mentioned a little bit, I think the third or fourth thing, whatever I'm on now, aid stations. Aid stations are an amazing place. You do not know this before you get into ultra marathons, because when you see aid stations and road races, it's a cup of water. It's almost like faceless people. No, and kudos to the people working those, because it's still difficult. You got to clean up. There's a lot of work, but because the object of what you're doing is to go fast. Like you don't have time to sit there and hang out at a road race like a marathon. Like you just get in there and get your water, and move on. Aid stations and ultras are like these social hubs where there's love and support, tough love when you need it, people telling you to get up off your ass, get out there, and and it's needed. And it's like this mini party. Some are like super party atmosphere, some are just super supportive. They take on these personalities of their own. And if you go to these races year after year, certain aid stations at certain races are known for a thing, or they have a theme. People have worked in those aid stations. Aid station captains have been there for years. Like, it's so cool. And you don't experience that in any other facet of life. And I look forward to that. Like, aid stations get known for stuff like JFK, like aid stations that are known for like their, velvet cake. And this is where you get what you get when you go to the stations. I can't take the velvet cake anymore. I did that one year and it messed my stomach up. But certain races are known for things, aid stations are known for things. And then you get there, and as soon as you come in, people are taking your water bottles, and what do you need? When you need help, they're popping blisters, changing, helping you with all your stuff. And it's just such a cool thing. These people are volunteering hours and hours and hours and hours long before you get there, and long after you leave. They're out there working, cleaning up, setting up, working on you. Like, it's easy to show up to a race and just think this is, my event. I paid for it. You show up, you do your thing, you walk out and leave. But you need to make sure that you thank every single person that volunteers at a race. Thank them. Look them in the eye and say thank you. Bare minimum, thanking them when you go on the aid station, thanking them when you come out, because those people do so much, especially the race directors, everyone that volunteers for the race, to set up these little mini controlled difficulty experiences that we want to put ourselves through. They spend so much time setting these up so that we can go do this. Yes, a lot of them are expensive, but there's a lot that goes into setting up something that is, 31, 50, 20, 100-mile long races. It's just a lot that goes into coordinating all that. and it can't be done without people. And I think that's another part that drives that social atmosphere. So there's always like, post races, pre-race hangouts, post-race hangouts. So what's awesome about the Yeti, you have the pre-packet pickup, drinking beers, picking up your swag, meeting people, seeing, that you've met before, and meeting new people, just talking, sharing stories. Oh, I saw you at this race. I remember seeing you at this race. Oh, I saw your video. I get that all the time. I saw your video. Thank you for recording that video. I learned so much. And the post-race stuff. I don't do too much post-race stuff, but I should take advantage of it more, because typically after that, I got to get back home. But they're like the Yeti 100. They have a post-race. Everybody gets together. They wear their buckles. They go and drink some beers and hang out and do bathroom pictures. And if you know, you know on that. And just kind of the aspect that I wish I would have taken advantage of more, and I need to get better about this, is the communal aspect of training together, group runs, making those friends where you can go do shorter runs and you get to know these people and share stories and share tips and tricks. And trail running and ultra running is about community. At the beginning, it feels like it's about trying to prove that you're somebody who can do these hard things, and it kind of takes over everything. It becomes your personality. Like you want to finish it, and you do it. And when you finish it, sometimes there's just like a letdown, like, okay, what do I do now? And I have found that I enjoy the attempt, the challenge. That is cool. I've done 26 plus ultra marathons, and I love every single one of them because there's been something really good that came from them. Even if I didn't make it, I think I've DNF'd 3 races, and it was some heartbreaking stuff that happened in those, and I don't like doing that, but I have stories from them. I talked to people, hung out, things happen. I have funny stories about all of my very unique funny stories from my DNFs, and I've done videos on all of them here. It's not something to be ashamed of. It happens. You're doing something hard. When you do something hard, when you're doing something that's worth doing, there should be an element of fear and failure involved there, because that's what makes it worth it. This is about community. That's what's awesome. You go out there, you have a great time, and bare minimum, you run 100 milers, and you only make it 12 hours. You ran 12 hours. You ran 50 miles. You met people. You did things. You did more than the people sitting on their ass on the couch. Like, don't be ashamed ever to fail when it comes to ultra running. You're doing hard stuff, because you don't have to do this. But when I first started, I didn't know all of this stuff was going to happen. I had no idea that I was going to be wrapped up in doing this channel and building this community. I mean, our run club, the Motivation Theory Run Club, check it out on Strava, there's over 1,400 people. This channel has almost 27,000 subscribers now, and we're still trucking, and I appreciate all of you. I'm going to wrap this up by saying, first and foremost, thank you all for the support. You're all why I do this. That's why I get up and I work almost a second full-time job to create content and create a place for us all. That's normal people out here that are just doing the best we can. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. And if you want to watch some more interesting stuff on ultra running, tips and tricks, training, Coach John's got you. Go ahead and click right here. I will see you in the next video. Take care.